Hi there, it's Colin with Mile High Modern checking in with a little bit of a market update as I tend to do monthly, and really redundant in the sense of low inventory, high demand. We are in an extreme seller's market. It's extremely competitive. It's not to say that as a buyer you cannot get under contract. I have two closings with buyers this week. I got 2 buyers under contract this week, closing a couple listings as well in the next week. Today one, and then thereafter. So I'm seeing both sides of the equation. And of course, on the buy side, there is so much work. I mean, there are probably 3 to 4 to 5 buyers out there for every single property for the most part. And really, right now, inventory is pretty diminished. We have the lowest recorded inventory ever for the month of April in 2021. Second lowest was in April 2015, to give you kind of an example there. We're seeing prices rise drastically. So these are all pressures that are challenging on the buy side. Although what I'm trying to propose to my buy side clients is a little bit of a paradigm shift. So while it's difficult, we are appreciating still pretty rapidly month to month, to the tune of 5 to 7% a month, mind you. So when you get in, you're still in a place where the market continues to appreciate. And because of this disparity, I don't see any really relief on the buy side coming at any point this year. We traditionally do have seasonal markets, although last year we didn't. Our property appreciation just kept doing this all year long. But traditionally, we do have an expansion period and then a retraction period right after the 4th of July, and then a stabilization period towards late September through December in the 4th quarter. So I'm going to be looking out for that this year to see if there's any opportunities on the buy side and potentially also pitfalls on the sales side to avoid. If I were selling, it's an amazing time to sell your home. There will more than likely be more than one buyer for your house. The listing that I'm closing today, we had 15 showings the first day, and we're under contract with in less than 24 hours after list with an amazing offer. There was no inspection objection or resolution. There was no issues with appraisal because they offered to cover the entire gap between list price and list price and offer price. So if there was any deficiency in the appraisal, they covered all that. So I don't even know if it appraised low because it didn't really matter. So sales side, I mean, what a great time to capitalize. And I think I'm getting some sellers wondering, well, should I hold on even longer to capitalize on more appreciation? Well, if you're just selling, there may be a little bit of a way to time the market. Although I anticipate when this market does start to adjust, it's going to be quite rapid. There's a little bit of a buyer sentiment and an overall market sentiment to where if we start seeing the market slow, then you're going to hear that little whistle or that whisper in the back of your head or behind you from the media, the bubble. We're not in a bubble. I will gladly talk to anyone about why we're not even close to. There's no metrics that indicate that. Foreclosures will not happen, and if they do, they will be bought up so quickly. It'll be a relief to the inventory, if anything. So there is no sign that points me towards that, unless there's some sort of catastrophic economic collapse, in which case we may have more things to worry about than just a real estate bubble. So a little bit of a side, timing on the sales side is ever so difficult. The longer you hold on to it, the more you may make, but most people are selling in order to buy. So the longer you hold on to it, the more you'll be paying on the return side. Just some things that I'm seeing in the market. I mean, rapid appreciation again, year over year. Average sold price is up 27% for single-family detached homes. We're seeing average sold price at $699,000 for the Denver Metro and Boulder Homes market, single-family detached. And I remember at the beginning of this year, because we started seeing this rapid appreciation starting mid-January, really, thinking to myself, what would happen? Average sale price hit $700,000 in Denver Metro and Boulder Homes. And it was 415 when I started selling real estate, and that was in 2016. So we've grown a lot since then. I think there's a lot of legs in what's going on. I know that it can be frustrating for certain people, and I know that there's probably about a dozen or more buyers that I'm working with now that may be watching this, I assure you, you can make it happen. It is a great time to be out on both sides of the equation. And frankly, so much of an upside if you're going to execute a buy side transaction. You're in an up market, and on the sales side, obviously capitalizing on this appreciation and really being able to capture a offer that literally checks off every single box for you. This will be the only time in history that that's the case, I assure you. The only time you're going to be able to get the kind of offers that I'm seeing come across my desk. So either way, always here to support. If you have questions, comments, concerns, please let me know how I can help. And I hope you have a great rest of your May, and I look forward to talking to you next month. Many of you probably sooner. Take care. Ciao.